Well, hey y'all, I am finishing up my Get Ready With Me with Lorac 2, Lorac Pro 2. So how y'all doing? Okay, I need to put that away. Because as y'all can see from previous videos, I haven't got to the Lorac Pro yet. But I did do other things. I did get my base, bronzer, contouring, my blush, setting powder, and my brows. And I've got all my primers on and all my lotions. Now it's time for the eye makeup, which is my fave. Okay, so this is the palette. It's the Lorac Pro number 2. Number 3 came out. It's new. It's what everybody loves. It's kind of rose goldy. I feel like it's kind of copying Urban Decay, where Urban Decay came out with Naked, Naked 2, Naked 3. Naked was the warmest. Naked 2 was for cooler looks. And then Naked 3 was kind of the rose gold craze of the younger people. Or people who were so fair that they really didn't even like the cool tones. Because the cool tones actually that came out were just, they were also a lot darker. So Lorac Pros is kind of similar in the way that they have done. I really love the quality of Lorac Pro. Probably because it's Pro. And when I was there was a Pro there. But this is the palette. This is what it looks like. It is a beautiful palette. There are so many options to this palette. Obviously you can stay very neutral, or you can do some really unusual looks. You've got your basic navy and purple, which you need to add to a palette. And then there's some green and some darker kind of mocha, and there's some mattes, and there's some shimmers, so, and kind of some satins, which are kind of in between a shimmer. The glittery stuff is more for the lid of your eye, or making a line right underneath your eye. So let's get to it. Let me get all my big brushes out of the way because I've already done all my face, so this will make it easier for me to see my brushes. I keep my brushes in a cup. Once on my dressing table, I use a little crystal drinking cup is what it actually is. So let's just get right to it. Now, right before this video, I had just done my eyebrows with the Ka-Brow by Benefit, and as you can see, they're a little much, and so I use a spoolie brush. This is just a regular mascara one, which you call spoolie. And there's dog hair in it. There is dog hair in every single thing in my life. I bet if I opened an unused jelly jar, there'd be dog hair in it. Anyway, okay, so when you brush through product you've put on, because this is a little too strong, the way this came out, it's not bad, but it's just strong for me. I'm going to brush straight up. I'm not going to brush this way like some people do. I just brush straight up because that's the way your hairs grow. And it kind of just breaks that line that you built. You can do straight down there, but then come back and still go straight up, because that looks more like how the hairs would be. See? And see how I just softened it a little bit? Again, so I'm going to use, see how it's kind of slightly bent? I use the back side of that bend, go straight up. Don't go too high, you'll get little lines, because this will, you know, get the product on it and then start getting it on your skin, like it did right there. Oops, there. Alright, so then I'm going to go through that, and I'm actually doing it kind of slowly on this one because I have a lot of product over here. Sometimes you have one, like, brow, you know, that's worse than the other brow. You can go ahead and smooth that line down, but then come back and brush through it, brushing straight up, okay? Straight up. And when you think, well, I don't want my brows to stay straight up, look, if I go, they get into place. But just your natural expressions will get them into place. I cannot do this without having lipstick on. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Chanel lipstick. And on this end, it has the Doe Foot applicator. This is in Soft Rose. Why did I even have to look? And I just start with the lower. Like this. Get nice and smooth out. And then I go like that. Down to the lower part of my lip, so it's not such a line. And I'm going to add, again, I smooth it out up here real good so it's even, and then go like that. And just my natural, you know, blotting of lip to lip gets it up there. And see how much product it already put on the upper lip? And now I'm just going to give myself Cupid's bow. And come down. Cupid's bow. And come down. Whichever side you start with is going to have more product. You know the kind of movements you need to make with your own lip to get it right. And it's different for everybody's lips, so. And it depends on the shape you want. Some people overline, some people don't want an overline. Anyway, and then I go to the other side, and this is just a high gloss gel. And I mean high gloss. Look at this. Look at that. Notice it didn't smear any of it. I love Chanel. In particular, this product. Can't live without it. This is a must-have. If I have to have a lip product, but if I was on a desert island and I needed mascara, I mean a product, it would be, oh, I don't know, probably liner. Make cosmetics. I don't know. If I was on a desert island, that'd be the last thing I'd worry about. But anyway, that's just to be funny to say what's your must-have product. If you could only have one, it would be a cosmetics eyeliner. Even more than mascara, I think. I don't know. Because then at least I'd have a dark, you know, frame of the eye. Alright, so then when I mush my lips together, notice how it pushes it up to right where the Cupid's bow is, where you would normally have highlighter. And it's got a shininess. You don't need it. You don't need to put highlighter there. But some people do. Sometimes I do. And I may just use some highlighter from this palette and do that in a little while. Anyway. That also sets the product. So this is set for the day. And I mean for the next 6 hours. I can drink off something. Look. Okay, there's a little transfer because it hasn't dried at all. But look, almost nothing. Yeah, lasts forever. Love it. Love it. It doesn't come off. It doesn't transfer. Okay. So now I'm going to be using this palette. And I'm going to start. These are Sigma Beauty brushes. And I bought the extravaganza. I didn't buy the whole line. I buy the brush because it was like $500 the whole line. Because these ferrules. This is called a ferrule. Excuse me. These are 18 karat gold plate. Meaning this is actual gold on these. Does it wear off? Of course it does. It's plate. And eventually I'm going to wear out these brushes. But I really do love Sigma Beauty and I love It Cosmetics. Those are my two favorite brush lines. And I do like the Makeup Geek brushes too. They're very, very good. But I haven't really tried much Sephora. Everybody tells me Sephora's awesome, especially number 57, and it does look great. Everybody I've seen use it. So I'm a Sigma Beauty gal, and I'm not even an affiliate. I should be because I talk about them all the time, and I think they like give you 50 cents or something. I don't know. All right, so I don't know. I'm not making fun of that Sigma Beauty. If you're watching, like they really be watching me. But anyway, this is an eye shading brush, an E55, and this is E means eye, by the way. I found out. F means face. But as you can see, this is a perfect shading brush. It almost looks like a short shader. It's in between a flat shader and a short shader. So this is just a good shading brush. An E55 is a basic, or the look of this, just so you know, is a good, you can go to the drugstore and get something just like it. These tend to last longer and they tend to be, pick the product up better. Alright, so out of this palette, I'm going to mix this beige and a little bit of snow back to the beige. The snow is extremely white, and while I like that up here, and I'm going right at the arch and then coming back, and then I always like to get under here too. But the most product I put down is right there under the arch and then go back. So that when you look like that, you have that sheen, okay? And then I pull it down a little bit so it's not just a line. Same thing back here. And then I use the edge, the corner edge of that brush. You can pick up a smaller brush if you want. Some people will use a pencil brush. It's called a pencil because it looks like one. Or even a baby, a little even tinier brush. And I'm going to go with the snow, that white highlighter. I'm going to use that edge. And I am going to go on the inner corner of my eye. And I kind of go straight up and down because it gets it right in there on the top and the bottom lid. And then I go back a little because I like to have that look on the front end. Even if I do a dark shadow, which I'm going to do today. Okay, so now I'm going to do this over here again. Again, start at the arch and go back because that's where the most of that color I want. Then I do come forward and just kind of make sure this is a clean area here, and then I bring it down just a little because it's got, you want it to blend in. I have a scar right there, so just ignore that. I'm going to add a little of the snow again right here on the inner corner and back to the lid a little bit in this inner area. Top and bottom, it'll hit top and bottom if you just do that, see? So now it's on the bottom and the top, and I'm going to go back a little bit. Another thing you can do is just kind of brush back right through here so that if some too much color comes forward or right back there, it meets with this and it kind of diffuses it. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you can overdo it with a darker color, and if you just had a lighter color there in the first place, it would have blended better. Now, I'm going to be going to this jade, so rather than stay in this warm tone area, I'm going to come over to some of these cooler tones. So I'm going to use this chrome color. Now this is a actual eyeshadow, so I'm using it as a blending color, so I'm barely loading the brush, even going to tap it off, and I'm starting out here, the darkest area. See how dark that is? So it was a good thing I didn't put much on, because this is an actual shadow. This is not really a neutralizing color like this is. I mean, that's a shadow too, but your caramel color browns are really good for blending. Well, this isn't really a blending color, but I wanted a neutral. That's warmer. I want a little more neutral. But see how dark that is? So that's not really, except that I'm barely using it. And I'm going to make it my blending color. Okay, and I think that worked out pretty good. What do y'all think? Do you like it? I hope you do. Alright, so now I'm going to come back in with something a little that goes with it more, and that's right next to it. That's this cocoa color right here, and I'm using an E45. You're going to have to hold on. Hello? Yes? Wonderful. Thank you that you made everything work. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.